hilarious and warm welcome to the Mekong River Cruise. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. If you're looking for a relaxing, fun-filled, and unforgettable trip down the Mekong River, then congratulations, you just found the best floating comedy club in Vietnam. Now, before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Dominic. And yes, I love this name. You know why? Because my favorite movie star is also named Dominic. That's right, Dominic Toretto, the legend from Fast and Furious. You know, big guy, tough, fearless, always talking about family because let's be honest, that man would rather crash a car into a helicopter than miss Sunday dinner with his grandma. And just like him, I am also white heavy checkmark big, white heavy checkmark tall, white heavy checkmark bold. Yes, I know you're thinking I meant bald, but let's go with bold, okay? White heavy checkmark handsome. Don't argue with me, just accept it. Now, some of you might be thinking, wait a minute, you don't look exactly like Dominic Toretto. Well, let me tell you a secret. Vin Diesel? That's my long-lost twin brother. The only difference? He's a tiny bit bigger than me, but that's not my fault.
Why?
Because when we were younger, he ate all my rice and chicken. Every time I sat down to eat, boom, he was already there, stealing my food like a fast and furious car chase. Now look at him, big muscles, action star, international fame. And look at me, standing here, trying to convince people I'm funny. But you know what? I still love my name. Because when people hear Dominic, they think of power, speed, and action. Or, at least, that's what I tell myself when I trip over my own feet trying to walk up the stairs. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because this show is about to get fast and hilarious. And remember, it's not about how you start, it's about how you drive. Let's go. My name is Dominic, but when I speak Vietnamese, people call me Duệ.
Why?
Because Duệ sounds like we in English, so I'm always with you. And let me tell you, after 20 years in the tourism industry, I've mastered the fine art of making travelers happy. Some people think I'm a guide, but honestly, I'm just a guy who's been getting lost in the Mekong for 2 decades and decided to charge people to follow me. Now, over the next 3 days, you'll experience the heart of Vietnam's river life, starting with Evergreen Island, a place so peaceful even the chickens do yoga. You'll see villagers making rattan crafts and traditional silk, which is basically Vietnamese magic. They take worms, turn them into fabric, and make it look effortless. I tried it once. Ended up with a worm in my pocket and silk stuck in my hair. Next, we'll explore Tan Chau, a town known for its fish farming and rice fields. Ever wonder why Vietnamese people are so fit? It's because we spend half our lives chasing chickens and the other half carrying sacks of rice. Oh, and speaking of fish, this is where you'll learn about the famous Mekong catfish, which grows so big that if you see one, you might just mistake it for a distant cousin. On day 2, we visit Sa Dec, a charming town with strong French colonial influences. You'll see beautiful architecture, visit the lively market, and discover why the French stayed here so long. They fell in love with our food. In fact, we'll visit a market where you can find everything from fresh vegetables to exotic fish. I once saw a vendor selling a fish so big, it could have applied for citizenship. Finally, we wrap up our journey in Cai Bì, a riverside town famous for its tropical fruit plantations. Here, you'll get to taste juicy, fresh fruits straight from the tree. Some of them are so exotic that even I don't know their names. I just call them Mekong surprises. But be careful, because Vietnamese fruits are like Vietnamese people. Small, sweet, and unexpectedly powerful, especially our durian. So, sit back, relax, and get ready for 3 days of stunning landscapes, fascinating culture, and enough fun stories to make your friends jealous. Oh, and don't worry if you get lost, just follow the sound of my voice or my laugh. A hilarious introduction to Vietnam, the land of surprises.